Matches Balone.
Hey, what's up guys? Matches Balone here bringing you guys another DC Toy Box TV review. Today we're going to be looking at the Pop Heroes Suicide Squad number 99 Rick Flag. Okay, so like always guys, before we get into actual figure review, I do want to go over the packaging. As you can see, this is a standard Funko Pop box. It is an open window box where we get to see the figure inside. Right here in the corner, we kind of get a cartoony image of the same figure. Up top, we get a Pop Heroes logo, Suicide Squad logo, and the number 99. Rick Flag from the Suicide Squad film is the 99th figure of the overall Pop Heroes toy line. Across the bottom, we get to see Rick Flag, vinyl figure. We get an age recommendation of 14 and up, and we get a warning. On the side, we get to see the entirety of that cartoony image, as well as another Pop Heroes logo, Rick Flag, number 99, and in the corner we get a DC Comics logo. Then on the back, we get again that same cartoony image, as well as another Pop Heroes logo, Suicide Squad logo, as well as the entirety of the Pop Heroes Suicide Squad toy line. Right here on the bottom, we get Rick Flag, number 99, Funko Pop logo, DC Comics logo, and a Warner Bros. Logo. Then on the side, continuing with that open window, we get to see a side view of the figure inside. Pop Heroes logo, Rick Flag written across the back, number 99, and the top of that cartoony image once again. Up top, we get the same cartoony image as well as another Pop Heroes logo. And on the bottom, we pretty much get some manufacturing details as well as a Funko logo, barcode, made in Vietnam, and Funko's social media contacts. But yeah, that is pretty much it for packaging, guys. I'm going to get Rick out of his box and we can check him out. Okay guys, here we have Rick Flag out of his box. Now before we get into it, I do want to say that inside of your packaging, you're going to get a flyer for Legion of Collectors. For those guys who don't know, this is the bi-monthly subscription box from Funko Pop themselves, and it is all DC Comics. That is their website right there. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because if you guys are trying to get a full collection of the Suicide Squad Pop Heroes line, Legion of Collectors has an exclusive Enchantress Pop. So go check them out if you want to collect them all. But enough of that. Let's get into Rick Flag. So right away, there's no other way to say this, but he does look a little generic. He looks like any other soldier. That's not necessarily, anything bad towards Funko themselves. That's more, I guess, a knock on the movie. When you have a whole roster of clowns, samurais, crocodiles, witches, a soldier is kind of hard to stand out. So I feel this is a little bit of a boring design. Like I said, aside from him being Rick Flag and being a part of the Suicide Squad, this could easily have been just some no-name soldier. So there's not really any kind of distinctive design on him, so that's a little disappointing. But at the same time, he is, a soldier in a sense. He is, a military guy, so I guess you can't say too much about that. Just like Deadshot, he does have a rifle right here in front of his chest, so that's kind of cool. Now, unlike Deadshot, I feel like because the rifle is not as big, you could still see some of Rick's body, so, that's a plus for me. And also, it is cool that this is a different rifle of Deadshot himself. I will bring him out for a comparison, but this does look like a different gun, so that's cool. You could already see that the color scheme for Rick Flag is essentially black and green. So it's kind of interesting to see that throughout his whole body. He has these kind of cargo pants, which are of a darker green compared to the lighter green on his shirt. What's also cool, if you kind of look into his pants, there are some moldings for the different, back pockets and side pouches and stuff like that. So that is cool, even though it looks a little plain. There's still some great detail within him. There's kind of some knee patches right there. And same thing with his shirt. He does have just a solid green shirt, But because of this kind of like bulletproof vest right here was all these kind of like pouches, I'm assuming there are more magazines for his rifle. He also has a radio right there. So there is still some detail and there is still some personality to this guy, just that, aside from, I guess being a soldier, there's not much more you can take away from this little figure, but still looks cool. I like that he has those fingerless gloves. That kind of looks cool. And it's really interesting that his gun is mainly black except for some few green attachments. So that's kind of cool. He does have just some solid black, I believe, shoes, but these could be military boots. So the head design is also really cool. I like how they designed his kind of goatee right here with his facial hair. That looks interesting. Of course, he has a serious face on. He is military, so they're always going to be serious. And I like that he has that kind of like soldier buzz cut. So it is interesting how Funko incorporated and molded the hair to kind of mimic that style. Looks really cool and really interesting. Now, I do want to say there is this kind of weird outline on his head right here to match the line of his hair. Now, I don't know if that is some type of art design, but I just want to point that out because it does look weird to me. And also, you did see right there is this big paint mishap right there. So that looks a little weird, but I can't knock Funko against that. That is a very minor thing, and essentially, since you're going to see Rick from the front, you're really not going to notice that. But again, kind of want to point it out. He does have the same articulation as any other Funko Pop. You could rotate the head. It is nice and tight. It is not loose like Harley Quinn and Joker, so I am very grateful for that. And aside from Deadshot, this guy actually stands up. So that's a super big prop for me. But yeah, like I kept mentioning, I do have some other squad members here. So I have the Suicide Squad Pop Heroes Deadshot. Now, if you guys didn't see my Deadshot review, I do have to rotate his head backwards just because he does not want to stand up for me. So we're going to put him right there. And I have the Suicide Squad Pop Heroes Harley Quinn. And we're going to put her right there. Now, what's really cool here is that I feel like Deadshot and Rick Flag themselves have this more military look. They have rifles. They have these kind of like armor on top. So they look very military, while Harley Quinn looks a little more street, looks a little more crazy, and just overall a little more vibrant. Rick Flag and Deadshot kind of have these kind of more muted colors. So that's a really cool, interesting contrast between the three. I'm going to rotate Deadshot's head so you can see him from the front. And here we have a front view of Rick Flag and Deadshot. So you can already see how I said these guys do look similar. They have essentially the same pose with the rifle right in front. And what's also cool is that these is pretty much, black and red and black and green. So that's kind of cool. I feel like Deadshot main color is black, while Rick Flag's main color is green. So that's also interesting. And like I said, these are different rifles. You could already see just how bigger Deadshot's gun is. So that's kind of cool and kind of interesting. We put Deadshot off to the side. And here we have a front view of Rick Flag and Harley Quinn. So again, a really cool comparison. Street, military, bright colors, a little bit darker colors. Red and blue, green. So looks really cool. Give you guys that back view right here. You can see how Harley Quinn has a graphic on her jacket while he just has his military vest. So looks really awesome. And again, these are kind of striking comparisons, but yet they belong in the same movie. So super cool. And the last comparison I have is the Suicide Squad Pop Heroes Joker. So we're going to put that to the side. Let me shift him for a little bit. Oh, okay. But yeah, just like how the comparison was Harley Quinn, this is strikingly different. A soldier, a clown. Joker is actually more different just because he is practically naked. All he has is those, prison pants. So it is kind of funny. You have an escapee and a soldier. So that's kind of cool and kind of interesting. I'll give you guys that front view. It's also cool and interesting if you kind of look at the green of Joker. It is a very different green from what Rick has on his gear. So that's also cool and also interesting. You can also see how they stylize the different hairs. This is more of a slick back hairstyle, whereas this is more, like I said, the buzz cut. So that's also kind of cool and kind of interesting. You know, he is definitely more street with all those tattoos, and this is more, serious. So that's also cool. But yeah, that's essentially my, my little Rick Flag Pop Heroes review. Personally, I gotta say, if you're interested in the film and you want to collect them all, definitely pick him up. But because he does look a little generic to me, I feel like this is easily one of those figures you can just pass. There's not really that great of kind of personality coming across. Again, that's not necessarily a knock on Funko. That might be a knock against, just the character design for the film. But, we haven't seen the movie yet, so hopefully when the film comes out, Rick Flag is one of those knockout characters that everybody wants him. So take it as he is, right? Um, but yeah, that's essentially my review, guys. Go ahead, comment down below with any of your guys' thoughts and opinions. Are you guys interested in Suicide Squad? Are you guys a fan of Rick Flag? Whatever you guys are thinking, let me know. Like the video, you guys like it. Dislike if you didn't. And subscribe and look forward to more videos, guys. Thanks. Laters.